Legendary leader. So today, that is exactly what I want to introduce to you. We're going to just at least start getting into the terminology that we use here, the language we use here with happy, healthy, transform. And it was in summer of 2024 where it went through an experience myself, thinking about a self-limiting belief that I wanted to address and turn into an empowering one. And I wrote down that I I basically wrote down that I did not have what it took to bring forth this great vision that God gave to me, where I would be restoring weary leaders and helping to sustain them to not only achieve high performance, but also to honor their joy and personal satisfaction at the same time. So the self limiting belief was that, and the empowering belief that I wanted to replace it with was I am a legend in the making. And I've been saying that, I'm going to be legendary. One day I'm going to be a legend. And I wanted to accomplish this before I died because, most of the times, legacy years are thought about once the person, or not legacy years, but legacies. So it's like this person left behind a legacy, and it's usually the person has died and dead. And I don't want to wait that long. In, I want to be living and experiencing my legacy while, yeah, I just feel like it would be an amazing thing. So I chose that. And in sharing that with some friends of mine, they challenged my empowering belief and they said, or you could replace it with, I am a legend. And for me at the time, I thought, whew, that felt a little scary because I was like, who am I? To say that I am a legend, like I haven't done anything worth the title. So we went through this activity where, we were repeating. I would say the new belief that I wanted, and they would repeat it back to me. And we were back and forth, back and forth. So here I was like, I am a legend in the making. And they would repeat, well, no, they said I. So they said, I am a legend in the making. So I said, I am a legend in the making. I am the legend in the making, right? I am a legend in the making. I am a legend in the making. And then at some point, I just was like, I am a legend. And when they said back to me, I am a legend, I broke. Mm. I became so, my body just was rocked with tears. And what brought me to tears was when I said it shakily and to hear it being repeated back to me. I had so much self doubt at that time that I had what it took to be legendary. And despite me having such great intentions to support leaders in this manner, because I feel like it should be a leader's birthright to have the support that they need, and especially like a customized aspect to the support. Not a generic, like, oh, and I'm not, coming down on anything that organizations might be currently doing for their leaderships, but I don't want it to be something that's generic and it just falls short of bringing forth that full body experience of I'm being poured into, but also I know that I have confidence that this is going to be this is a lifestyle. the lifestyle of a legendary leader. So after finishing the activity and just reflecting on what came up for me and how I became so emotional, but choosing nay, because as I heard an amazing legend himself say in a video that, the difference between choosing and deciding is deciding you kill off or you remove. No, let's kill it. You kill off all other options. I decided, because that is what I did. I decided that I am going to start living as a legend, even as I am building my brand, my company, and my legacy. I would already start living as a legend, even before anyone knew who I was. And that felt so amazing. And I just saying, I'm a legend. I kept reminding myself, I'm a legend. And it came to a point where, you know, that was in that was later in 2024. I had the opportunity where I took on this persona of, my biggest self, my best self, my highest self that I could at that point in time envision. And I called myself Legendary Brew, or LB for short. And I just loved it because it's like, hey, I don't want to go too far off from my actual name, like a what is it? Alter ego? Like, no, this isn't an alter ego. This is who I am at my highest capacity, sort of thing. So I chose to keep my name as a part of the identity that I had decided to take on and to start living as. So Legendary Brew. And as I began to peer outside, well, I would say peer over the horizon of what could be, the best I could provide for leaders and supporting them, and thinking outside of the box and going beyond the walls, the restrictions of the box that currently the world places on us as leaders on what leadership should look like, or what we could and what we can do. We can't have both worlds. Like, we can't be great at the work that we do but also live a fulfilling life, in a full capacity. But guess what, we are whole full human beings, y'all. And you're telling me that we can have a system that supports us. And for me, and with what I'm building with Happy Healthy Transform, it's at first an internal system that supports us and our highest I identity, which I believe is currently evolving. So it's not like, there's just one standard and that's it. It's like, nope, that was like this year, this season, or whatever type of thing. And here we are, new year, hire me. That should be a thing. Hashtag that. New year, hire me. So I I started saying, for this movement and for my fellow legendary leaders. I said, that's exactly who it is that I'm going to be serving. Legendary leaders. These are leaders who took time to discover their purpose. And I'm going to elevate that even more. They took the time to discover their divine purpose. What is the reason that they were created to address? What problem? What is their divine purpose of life? Not just, like, for instance, not just saying, ooh, it's to become a lawyer, it's to become a doctor, it's to become, CEO, teacher, wife, mom, because all of these that I'm calling off are leadership roles. It's not to say, only special rules make the cut. We all have various arenas that we exist as leaders, and some of us multiple arenas at the same time that we exist as leaders, home, community, work, just to name a few. So, yeah, I coined the term legendary leader, where these persons intentionally discover their divine purpose of life, and they said yes, they decided, killed off all other options to uh, to pursue and achieve this divine purpose. And these leaders, legendary leaders, we tend to do whatever it takes to achieve that divine purpose, even at, the risk of ourselves, whether that be neglecting basic needs or more, higher level needs sort of thing. But the legendary leader, y'all, is going to be in, let's say, in hot pursuit of their divine assignment, while also at the same time honoring the fact that they are human. And here's what I think that the fact that we are human, you are human, is our superpower. And this is like, I think, a great talk for another video. So I'm not going to like geek out or anything and go down that rabbit hole. But it's a superpower to be a human being and for us to thus fuel, feed, restore, support this superpower that we have, being human. This is it's like secret sauce, the fact that we are human beings and to have life experiences that we do as human beings. That's what makes it a superpower, because not all living beings, non-humans, in other words, not aliens. I don't know why that just came up, but like animals, for instance, plants, they don't have the same. And this is not to cause like some controversial chatter or commentary or anything like that. I'm just saying that to be human itself and have experiences, the life experiences that we do, it is one of a kind. It is so unique to our species. And so I wanted to let you know, because moving forward, I am going to be greeting you by saying, "Hey, legendary leader," because that's who you are. You are legendary. The fact that you are watching this video, you're on this journey with me, and you are also committed to this movement, this new era of leadership where leaders have both, the success, and they also have the satisfaction of their life. Yes, I'm so excited. I'm just saying, sorry. It's like everything's jumping. All right, guys. All right. All right. So I just want to say, if I could leave you with a practical tip, is, ooh, yes, if you haven't yet already discovered your divine purpose, your reason for being here, especially in the time that we live, like all of this is not coincidence. I would invite you to give yourself protected, intentional time to dive deep and connect to God, our Father in heaven, our source, because Father means source, and just ask God and say, Father, why is it that you created me? And not in a way where it's like you're unappreciative of being alive, but more like, what is my purpose? What is the problem that exists in the time that I exist, that you created me to address, that I could be aligned with it and pursue it relentlessly, but also in a way where I could honor the fact that you made me in your likeness and your image. Yeah, that would be a practical tip. And I would say for persons who already have discovered their divine purpose and hopefully you are in pursuit of it, not just like, oh, yeah, I figured it out and that's it. So to say yes to it, but also to join me on this journey, Happy, Healthy, Transform, where we are supporting you to pursue your divine purpose. And of course, in the workplace, have success through your consistent high performance while honoring your humanity. Just come join me. Just let's go. Let's do it because I am committed. I am dedicated. I have decided that this is happening. This is happening, y'all. Happy Healthy Transform, where we help you to take back your happy, take back your health, and be transformed. I'll see you next time, legendary leader.